very much.
You're welcome.
Good morning, and welcome back to week, what is it, 4? I'd say.
Yes, this is week 4, yeah.
Week 4 of the Pan-American Highway, and we are in the Yukon in Canada, and summer has arrived. All the animals are out too. We heard wolves howling the night when we took these guys out for a walk. That was one of the most incredible sounds, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And there's no doubt that it was wolves. Like, it just sounds.
Yeah, it's just such a distinctive sound, isn't it? Yeah,
so distinctive. And
oh,
your bear.
I had a bear encounter.
You have to tell people about the bear.
So I was walking these guys yesterday, walking about, I don't know, 30 metres from the van and onto the top of the road. And as we were stood on the top of the road, all of a sudden, this black bear just came up the other side of the bank, and we were like, okay. I think we startled him. Hello. I think we startled him more than he startled us.
He was just out for his morning coffee.
He was out for his morning coffee and his morning stroll, and there we were interfering. River was off lead, so I just told River to run back to the van, and she was so good, she turned and just ran. Didn't you? You ran all the way back to the van. She knew something was going on. And Scout noticed it first, because when Scout smells something, he's like, and he did that like a point. He was like, ding. And then the bear came up, and he just stared, just watched, and stood in front of me. Didn't you, buddy? You moved in front of me. He's very good, Scout. Didn't bark, didn't growl. So we just moved back. The bear just walked up the hill, kept looking back. We kept looking back, and we got back okay.
There are 2 ways up to Alaska through British Columbia. One is the Alaska Highway, which is what we took north. So coming south, we're going to do the other route, which is called the Stewart-Cassia Highway. We are just right now on the border with the Yukon and British Columbia. Most people drive through this part of the Stewart-Cassia Highway in probably like 2 days, because there's like nothing there. There's like maybe one small town. I don't even know if there's a proper grocery store. So what we're going to do before we leave this morning is we're going to provision for about, what, 5 or 6 days? Yeah. Because we are not going to rush through this part of British Columbia. We have done a lot of rushing around the past 2 months. So it's time for us to slow down a little bit. But it does mean we need to make sure we can eat, because there ain't a lot as we go south.
Right, let's go and stock up for our British Columbia adventures. What's great is that it's warmer and thawing out. All the water taps are coming back on.
We actually have no real idea what we're doing this week, so you are going to find out as we find out what the hell we're going to get up to. But Sophia is fueled up, we are fueled up, it's time to head into northern BC. Around here it looks like it was a scene of a pretty horrific wildfire. I'm guessing maybe a couple of years ago, because there's quite a lot of new shoots coming up, but this area, like as far as the eye can see, just burnt trees and dead trees everywhere. Our hearts are with our friends in Nova Scotia at the minute. I know they're having unprecedented wildfires there, and they've just had really bad wildfires in Alberta. This is immense. There must be thousands and thousands of square miles burned. Oh my God, can someone just pinch me? This is incredible. We are not very far down the Stewart-Cassia Highway. We're probably only an hour and a half from Watson Lake, where we started this morning. But I'd read on a blog about this little hidden gem of a lake that apparently has some of the most incredible water that you've ever seen. People saying it's the most beautiful place they've stayed in the whole of Canada. So we pulled up just to see what it was like, and we have not seen water like this since we were in Miami. Look at this. This water is incredible.
It is, isn't it? Do you reckon you'll go in?
Yeah. Oh, that is fresh. It can be deceiving. It looks like Caribbean waters, but it feels like a Canadian lake still.
Let's go. So where we're staying, there's a few trails that go around the lake and through the forest. We've not been on a hike or a trail like this for ages because everywhere it's been snowed or frozen over. These guys are loving it, and I think we're loving it as well.
It's so nice, isn't it?
It just feels so fresh.
All the wildflowers are out, spring is in the air. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Can you see all these young little shoots at the tips of the spruce? They're called spruce tips, funnily enough, and you can eat them. They make like a really nice jam, but I think there were loads of them in Alaska and I didn't get any. I think it's coming to the end of the season now, so these are looking quite small. But I might come and get some later. You can eat them.
No,
they taste so strong. Yeah, they're really soft, they're like jelly-like.
Let me show you this. If you can tell us, before we tell you, what caused this and all this?
Something's on the loose and it doesn't like the trees. Damn, girl. That's a big dam. It's a beaver dam. Those are some big logs that they've cut down and then carried over. Like that thick and like that big, and beavers aren't, you know.
No, but they have little trucks, don't they? Like beaver trucks.
Little logging trucks.
They have little logging trucks. I suspect that is so strong you could walk across that. And how it's holding like that water back, it's amazing.
Yep. So all of this is dried out and you can see all the lake is up there. So can you see how big this tree must have been for the beavers to like chew and like tear down? I'm sure there's some like meaningful life lesson in there about perseverance and monumental tasks and that kind of thing.
I'm new to fishing and I've only caught one fish. I'm happy about it. But if anybody's got any advice on freshwater fishing and then saltwater fishing, guys, let me know, please. The best rig setups, the line setups, what do you use and when do you use it? No fish, what a surprise. But it looks like the heavens are literally about to open. What have we got then, chef?
We are having the sexiest tofu that you'll ever have. It's like a peanut satay tofu burger with like a cornflake and peanut crumb. Spicy mayo. The burger, some black sesame seeds, and then there we have it. Tofu satay burger. Look at that. Does anybody else have stupid songs that they sing to their dogs? Both of these have got their own theme tune. River is Riveroo to the theme of Lollipop. Riveroo, Riveroo, oh river, 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 riveroo, riveroo, oh river, 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 riveroo, riveroo, oh river. Scouts is the map song from Dora the Explorer. If there's a place you gotta go, he's the one you need to know. He's a scout. He's a scout, he's a scout. If your dog also has a theme tune, let me know in the comments what it is. Maybe these guys can have a new one. We know Canada is famous for its lakes, but I hope we can be forgiven for thinking that it surely can't get much better than this. Woo! Woo!
Well done, baby.
That is refreshing.
Feel good?
Welcome to Canada. Officially, I've been in the lakes.
Is that warming you up?
Yeah. I know it's clouded over now, but I imagine here on a hot summer's day in July, when the sky is blue, it's still, the water just looks like something from the Caribbean. I can't imagine there's many places like more beautiful than this. You've got mountains, forest, and then, yeah, like Caribbean waters in the lake. but it must be incredible.
So we've just seen a swallowtail butterfly drying its wings on the floor, and that is amazing news because apparently the swallowtail butterflies arrive here in Boyer Lake. That means the salmon are making their run towards Telegraph Creek. Cool,
Telegraph Creek is quite far south.
Yeah, it is quite far south, but they're on their way up. They're on their way.
They're on their way. As beautiful as that spot was, we are still not very far down the Stuart Cassia Highway, and we have got to keep heading south. So we are back on the road, going to see what we can find. We are absolutely loving British Columbia so far. On the Stuart Cassia Highway, the mountains pierce the sky and rivers weave a path through ancient forest. And here you are, right in the middle of one of nature's masterpieces.
Oh, he's running off. Oh, no, he's only a small one.
First bear of the drive. Here's a little black bear.
There's two bears, a black and a brown bear. It's so cool.
We don't think we will ever get bored of seeing these gorgeous creatures. These two are just enjoying the fresh spring shoots, completely unbothered by our presence.
That's amazing. They're just like massive teddy bears, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like boom, 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 boom. You wouldn't want to cross one at night though, would you?
They're fluffy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. He was a skittish one. So according to Eye of Lander, this is supposed to be one of the most beautiful park-ups in British Columbia. And it's right on the riverfront, I think. Oh, right on the lakefront. Oh, yeah. How about this? What has happened, hey?
Somebody decided to go for a swim in the lake, not realising how cold it is, and came out shaking like a leaf. Ah! That's cold!
River. Look at me. Hey, are you okay?
River.
Oh, you're much warmer now, aren't you? That's better.
She's shaking still though. Hey. These lakes are still cold, aren't they? Yeah.
Twack, 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 twack. You finish her?
Twack, 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 twack. You might remember when we were in Utah, we had loads of upgrades done. So we had the tyres replaced, we had the new shocks put on, and there was one upgrade that we did all the way back in Utah that we have completely forgot to tell you about because we haven't really used it, have we, at all, until the past week. That is our fly net. This has been the bane of our lives ever since we built the van like 4 years ago. We have struggled so much to find a decent fly net because most fly nets magnet onto like the inside of your door, but we've got carpet around here that's backed with insulation foam, so no magnets will stick onto it. But this fly net sits in, you can see, sits in to the door seal. So it took us about, what, an hour and a half to fit. It was a little bit fiddly because you've got to get it lined up, but it means that it sits in, no magnets required, and it keeps it completely contained because just spending the summer in Canada, the black flies and mozzies are... I've just pulled that off.
Oh, you... Stop. No.
Is it back on?
It is. Back on, I think.
It's got 2 zips on either side. Not sponsored, we did pay for this ourselves, by the way. And then it just basically rolls up and like clips up here. It's absolutely brilliant, been amazing so far. We can easily get in and out the van.
It's like a double mesh, so it stops all the tiny
no-see-ums.
No-see-ums, yeah.
Yeah. Also, let me give you an update on the windscreen and how it survived after the Dalton Highway. Right, when we were on the Alaska Highway, we had a chip. A massive, not a chip, it was a smashed windscreen. It almost like pretty much came through. So we had the windscreen replaced. Then a week later, we had another smash. All the way down here, which we've covered up. And that started to crack out, and we had,
as you can see, it goes all the way up there.
and we had a sweepstakes and said for you to guess how many windscreen chips we're gonna have by the time we get back to Vancouver and by the time we've driven the Dalton Highway. Would you believe it? We had 1 chip on the Dalton Highway. In fact, nobody got it right. The highest guess was like 15. Someone thought we were gonna have 15 new chips. The lowest was about 3. And we had this one, this tiny little thing, 10 minutes before we came off the Dalton. Can you believe it? That whole drive, the Askin Pass, there were so many lorries on the Dalton, and we had one little chip at the end. But the crack that we did have, that has spread considerably. So it's not a new, we've not had a new chip, but it is spider webbed. The one we got in the Yukon has actually been the worst one.
Wish I could take your lips with me on the road, wherever I'd be. I'd kiss you goodnight in the far-off moonlight. Wish I could take your lips with me, listen to your little voice sing.
You can see how smoky the fire is. Most of this wood is pretty damp, so it's not catching very well, and it's just smoking us out.
God, now I know what smoked mackerel feels like. It's only a damn beaver.
Oh,
A damn beaver.
Look at him go.
I wish I could take your eyes with me, show you all the things I see. My favorite Mexican bar.
Do you remember that Turkish word we learned, yakamaz?
Yes.
For the glow of moonlight and starlight on water.
I'm about to take you to the